It all started off when I was in primary school. I used to get bullied a lot. I used to get picked on. People didn't like me for I don't know what reason. Growing up, that really had an effect on me because I started believing that I couldn't achieve anything. I wasn't confident in myself. So while growing up, I started hanging around with the wrong kind of people, the wrong crowd. I became a bully in secondary school. I used to pick on the people that used to pick on me. I was just a really angry character. I never had many friends because I always used to pick on people. I was always alone. I was always by myself, especially growing up without any of my siblings around me. I developed the addiction to pornography when I was 9 years old, and I was introduced to it by a friend who basically told me to look at a certain channel at a certain time. And me being stupid, I actually went and did it. And that led me to research it online, and that's when I actually developed an addiction to pornography. It was something that occurred on a daily basis. I couldn't get these thoughts out of my head. When I was in school, I would think about it. When I would go home and watch it. And this happened for a long period of time. I didn't think I would be able to overcome it. Because the thoughts were always in my head, wherever I went, every single moment of my day, it just made me feel like this was gonna be with me forever. I didn't think I would be able to change, even though I wanted to change the way I was. I wanted to be free from my addiction. Because of all the thoughts that were going on in my mind, it didn't seem like that was gonna happen. The first time I was invited to the help center was by a close friend of mine, someone that I used to hang around with in school. And they just never gave up on inviting me. They would invite me all the time. All the time I said no, but then the fact that they were so persistent just made me say, okay, let me just try it out. So I came when there was a special event going on, and I really enjoyed it, and that's what motivated me to stay. Even though I was kind of shaky about actually attending, they still kept pushing me to come, and from then I became like a regular member. Even though I was taking part in the events, in the activities that were done in the church, I still had this addiction. For quite a while I thought that I could do it on my own, so I didn't seek advice, I didn't seek any help. But then as time went on, I realized that I really do need to overcome this addiction because it was literally destroying my life. So then after a few years, actually, I started speaking to the advisors, people that would help me to overcome, people that went through the exact same addiction, and they told me how they overcame, and that made me think, okay, if they overcame, then I can overcome this. So I started to put into practice what they were telling me to do, the advice that they were giving, and as time went on, I actually saw the addiction leaving. I've been free from my addiction for 2 years now, and I can actually say that I've seen a huge change within me. If you're going through the same thing that I went through, I would advise you to, seek help, seek advice, because the same way that I thought that I could overcome and that did not work out for me. People think that an addiction they can control, but really the addiction has a toll on your life and you can't stop anytime you want. So if you're going through the same thing, I would say that you should seek help, seek direction, because you can't do it on your own. But with the help that you receive, you will be able to overcome. I am Jason, and that was my story.